It's day 10 of the war in West Asia, and there is no sign of abating. And in all of this, while there is astronomical human cost to it, there is also an economic cost that is felt back home as well. What began as a confrontation between US, Israel, and Iran now is sending global economic shockwaves. And India is feeling the heat too.
Global oil markets are in turmoil. Brent Crude, the world's benchmark, surged past $100, and today the spike turned historic. Brent Crude touched $119.50 a barrel, before falling after indications that G7 may release strategic reserves and Saudi Arabian oil company Aramco offered spot sale. In less than 3 weeks, global oil prices have jumped from roughly $66 per barrel to 100, rattling markets and governments alike. The trigger? War in West Asia, supply shocks, and fears that key global energy routes could be disrupted. Economists warn the oil shock could push the global economy towards recession and stagflation. Every $10 rise in crude could shave nearly 0.5% of global GDP growth. Higher fuel costs are also fueling inflation, driving up food prices, transport costs, and core inflation worldwide. Governments across the world are scrambling to contain the fallout. Japan is preparing to release strategic oil reserves, while South Korea plans to fuel price cap. China is cutting oil product exports. Thailand has suspended oil exports. And Indonesia is considering higher fuel subsidies. For India, the stakes are especially high. India imports nearly 85% of its crude oil, making the economy highly sensitive to global price shocks. A sustained spike could sharply increase the country's import bill and put pressure on the rupee. The aviation sector is among the most vulnerable, as fuel accounts for a large share of airline operating costs. If the rally continues, airlines may be forced to raise airfares. The impact is already being felt at the ground level. LPG prices have been hiked, adding pressure on household budgets. A sustained oil rally could also push up inflation, complicating economic policy and affecting corporate earnings. But the government says the situation remains under watch. In a written reply, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman told Parliament that inflation in India is currently near the lower end of the Reserve Bank's target band. Yet economists warn the real test will come if oil prices stay elevated. Because in an import-dependent economy like India, every spike in crude eventually travels from global markets to the wallets of ordinary citizens. Bureau Report, India Today.